Located on Milwaukee Avenue, the Niles Design District is a home improvement destination for consumers, designers, and contractors. For those looking to renovate a kitchen or a bathroom, expand with a new addition, or enhance their curb appeal, the Niles Design District in Niles, Illinois offers everything in one convenient location.
It's your road to a better home.
Here I come to save the day.
Welcome to Mighty House. This is a radio show for people with problems, home improvement problems, that is, and for people who want common sense guidance on how to build green and live a more sustainable lifestyle. Send an email or call into the show. The Mighty House crew is on the job. This is Mighty House.
Okay, hey, we're back, and today we're out at the Griswolds.
There's we are.
Right there's the Griswolds house. So we decided we would stop out here and say hi to the Griswolds and kind of go over what the do's and don'ts of how to set up your Christmas lights, what you should be using, what you shouldn't be using. And so we'll get into that. Want to say thanks to the Niles Design District. Go to the nilesdesigndistrict.com for more information. They help us out here, so hopefully you guys can go out there and check them out also. And with that, we'll get right into it. We got to talk about the lighting, the light bulbs right out of the box. If you have these kind of incandescent bulbs and you're still putting these up outside or in the house.
If you can even find them.
Well, I can find them. I've got them in boxes in my garage too, but don't be using these anymore. The wattage that they pull is just way more than any LED bulb you can get. The options now you have with LED are incredible. Next picture. See, look at that. All of these different options you have with the LED, and they're all just, the strings are just going to pull very minor amounts of electricity.
Comparatively, yeah.
So with one string of those previous bulbs, you could be running probably your whole house on these LEDs.
Well, one's a toaster, and the other and the other is your light. I mean, that's
correct.
That's the thing.
Yes.
Just a line of toasters, sure. I mean, that's what you want to do.
Sure. I mean, if you go look, everybody says, "Oh, don't put more than 3 strings together." Well, that's because when you're running these kinds of bulbs,
Exactly.
you're pulling 40 amps just to have 3 strings together. So you don't want to do that. And you're popping circuits and everything. The LEDs, they work a lot better. They hold up better to the weather and to the abuse, the temperature changes. So if you've got those old incandescent bulbs, toss them.
Yep.
And go out and get the LED stuff. And they come in all the icicles, the arrangements, incredible, all the different stuff they got. So
Absolutely.
Better watch out for fraying too. So if you've got them already and your extension cords have this or any of the wires look like that,
No,
you don't want to use them.
No bueno.
No bueno.
Do we just wrap electrical tape around them?
Well, you can, but it's not going to help. Moisture's going to get right through there and you're done. Now they do make a splice kit for that's waterproof. I would suggest just go buy a new cord. Because by the time you buy that splice kit and you do it, your extension cord's going to be equally in price. And especially if you have this next one here, if you've got this one, you definitely want to get rid of those.
Oh, the old cloth one? Not even grounded.
No, it's not even grounded. So you'll see a lot of people using that outside, ungrounded electrical cords, and that's just not a good thing. That's a good way to watch the dog zap. So
yeah, and I don't even know if you're going to go into GFI outlets, grounded cords.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Because we want to make sure everybody's safe here.
Sure, that's the idea, is to be safe and then enjoy the holidays.
Yeah, if you don't want to touch it when it's not plugged in, you don't want to touch it when it is.
So if you have something like this, throw it into the recycle bin. You're done. Get rid of it. Don't keep using it.
Right.
There. That's what you want to look for. So. Yeah, you want the all listed lights. So what's inside? There are products that are made for inside. There's outside. Then there's outdoor strings. So when you're looking at this, make sure they're UL listed. Make sure they're made to be used outside. So like this here, these are LED bulbs. They look like the older style, and so that will work just fine outside. You're not going to have any problems with it. And just look for that UL tag on the end of the cord. That
And you
right
can
there.
daisy chain your LED so that you plug one end into the other,
Yep.
and like we were saying, the incandescent, you might have 3 strands.
Right.
The LED, you could probably do 10, 13 strands
Oh, yeah.
easily.
Easily. So do we have that? What's the next one up there? Oh, perfect segue there, Rich. Here's the math if you want to do this. So if you
What did he say? Cover up the letter.
cover up letters, and then you'd stand on your head, and then you
Yeah.
point your finger this
Okay.
way, and then it'll figure it out. He had some
All
plan.
right, I'm a
That's sonar.
carpenter. You both are electricians and whatever.
So-
Explain.
Right now, when you look at the ratings on your string of lights, it's going to have how many watts that string is valued at, how many watts it's going to use. So if you want to know how many amps it's going to use, you can go down here and use that one. So you're going to do watts, that's what's on the string, times your volts that you're plugging it into, which is 120 volts.
Divided by
gonna-
your volts.
I'm sorry, divided by your volts, and that's going to give you the amperage that string is going to pull. So
then if okay, so for example, it's 8 watts,
okay. I didn't
and I'm
bring,
using 120 volts.
right.
So I don't have anything to do the math with.
I don't either.
So I'm going to make up a number. Let's say it's 10. I don't know.
That's less than an amp. I mean, you're not even pulling an amp at that. So
Right. So it's going to be under 1, but
Right.
I have a 15 amp circuit.
correct.
So I can probably put 13 strands of lights together.
Oh yeah, exactly.
I mean, you don't want to go, obviously if it's under 1 and I got a 15 amp circuit, I can do 15, right?
Oh yeah,
But
easy.
you typically don't want to go to the max.
Correct.
That's where you risk overloading the circuit.
Right. So you don't know what else is on that circuit when you plug that in outside. You're not exactly sure. That could have the bathroom or something else on it, or a hair dryer. So you want to watch out when you go to put that on there. But this is the math to figure it out. So whatever you want to figure out, watts, amps, or volts, right here is how to figure it all out. It's quick, easy math, and something we do a lot. So if we're loading up a circuit, we want to know how many amps we're going to pull. We know we're putting it on a 15 or a 20 amp breaker, right there. We know that the amps and we know the volts, so it'll just figure out what the watts are that we can put on it.
So in conclusion, add your watts and divide it by 120.
Correct.
Okay,
Boom, done.
that's it.
That's the easy ways to figure it out, and you don't have to worry about overloading your circuit.
Right. And if you're watching this on YouTube, you should have hit pause by now and actually wrote that down. Or we could stand still while you write it down.
Exactly.
Tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock.
Okay, we got it.
Okay.
Next.
All right.
What is that? What is that?
See, now I always call that a rat's nest. And every time I see a rat's nest in somebody's house, I tell them I won't touch it because I got a rat's nest. And they always think they have rats. I'm like, no, it's the wiring.
Oh, that's how many strands we can put in there. See? So you can just load that sucker up. He's using LEDs. So that's fine.
well-
she's using LED lights on there, so there's no
Pretty
problem.
sure
Just load that sucker up.
That's Griswold's house. And at the end of this video, at the end of today's episode, I'm going to give you a trivia question. You got to send me the email answer,
Okay.
and we'll get you a tool. What do you want? That tape right in front of me. I think
This
it's
right
been
here?
sitting
You want it?
Yeah.
Here, you got that? Can you grab that? Rich? Here, hold that. No, it's over here. There, right there. Right, hold it. Right there. There. I'll set it right down. I'll set it right here for you to hang
Fine.
on to. So there you go. You got it?
There.
Okay,
Got
good.
it.
So this is
Now you want
a digital angle gauge and level. So it's from Klein
hide
Tools.
behind you.
Where'd you go?
Just
Right.
wanted to see if we're the same size. Everybody thinks that I'm bigger, and I'm not. See, I can hide behind you.
Yeah, there you go. See, look at
There you
that.
go.
That's beautiful.
So it's a digital angle finder.
yes, and
All
we'll
right,
give
so
that away.
get tonight's trivia question correct. Email me at rich@mightyhouse.net, and the winner gets next week.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Whoever is it, just the first person that emails you? Is that how?
We're kind of loose on rules.
So send Rich an email, and if he likes you, he'll send it to
And
you.
a nice message.
Yeah. No, I'd say first one I get.
First one you get.
At least
Okay.
it'll be date and time
And-
coded.
okay.
That'll be the best way.
And the question again is,
At the end of
Oh, you
this.
gotta wait.
oh, that's okay. Right. Yeah, so now you're gonna make them stick around.
So to take it back
That's the
to
idea.
the wattage real quick,
Yeah.
we have to also factor in all of these extensions because these extensions are pulling. So you got a 50-foot extension. How much wattage do you think you're pulling out of that? How much leeway should I give for my 15 amps?
But are
Well-
you drawing from an extension cord, or are you getting?
You're getting
lost?
voltage drop. You're going to get voltage drop across a 50-foot cord. So,
And an extension cord doesn't have that on it.
correct. Yeah, there's no voltage drop. And with a 50-footer, I wouldn't worry about it too much. It's just that when you go to load that up, again, one of the other things, if you're using a bunch of little cords and you're plugging a lot in on it, you're back to making your toaster again.
Gotcha.
So, you want a 14 gauge or a 12 gauge extension cord that's going to be able to carry a load like that.
Okay.
So I think that's where you're going with it.
Got. So should I, instead of using the full 120, maybe use 110?
Sure, just to give yourself a little cushion.
Yeah, because I mean, cushion on putting lights up, burning my house down. I mean, the two options are just.
It's minor. That's minor. Don't worry about it.
If I'm
That's
overloading it, the breaker pops.
All right, what do we got next? Oh, the clips. There we go. So now we're on to the clips. How you're going to hang them. They're a bunch of different styles. There's gutter clips. There's the plastic ones. Rich,
Yes.
I'm going to kick it over to you. How do you hang your lights?
Oh, I'm using these.
Hold it up. Here, hold it right here. Give it to me. Right. Can you, right here. Where is it? What are you doing? Bring it closer. Closer. There you go. What is that?
It's a file clip.
Oh,
Yeah, like a
You
paper
buy the
clamp.
1-inch file clips at the dollar store, and you put them right to the bottom of the fascia with your lights. Boom, done.
and the wire's right underneath it, so you're not even crimping the wires in there.
Nope, just nice and easy. Don't pull them too tight, and then
Yep.
and it's, after the holidays, just down they
Pull,
come.
just grab the cord and just walk along and start pulling it down. Boom, done. I mean, you can't get any easier than that. I like plastic ones. I prefer the plastic ones over the metal ones. I've seen people hanging them with around the gutters, and then they take a paper clip that's metal and then hook that around there, so that way, if there is a short or any splice in the wire, then that just electrifies the whole gutter. Now your gutters will stay clear of ice. You don't have to worry about that, but
That is not true.
Back to that toaster.
That is not true. That is mostly false.
that's mostly false.
So now
Yes.
you use metal to put yours up because you take it down. See, I would use plastic because I don't want to take them down. And once you put
Oh.
your hooks up there, I mean, now I can put them up every year, right?
But see, I use these shingle clips like this one.
Uh-huh.
So then the lights go through there. And then when I want to take them down, I just go grab the one end that's dangling down and plugged in. I grab them and start walking.
Ripcord.
And they just go click, 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 click. And they're still on the lights when I go to put them up next year.
Gotcha.
So I dig those kind. Those are the clips to use. So there's another picture of another one that we've got right there. See, now look at that. How nice and clean that is. It just pops them right back off.
Professional.
Yeah, it looks good. And the light stands straight up and nice and not all cattywampus. Not that
Another
we're
technical
OCD or
term.
anything. What do you got next?
Right.
Oh, ladders. Now, you don't want to, you got to be careful. You don't want to be using a metal ladder like this. You want to be using these fiberglass ones because you're working with electricity. You've probably plugged them in to make sure they're working, and as you're going along, they're still plugged in. And if you're on a metal ladder, you might zap yourself. So always be
You would
using a
become the
fiberglass.
ground.
Yes. Fiberglass, you can use a wood one, but the wood ones get to be pretty heavy. So, and then of course you want to do this. I think that's the next picture. Yeah. You want to make sure you're doing that. So
Is that one of those fake ones that somebody puts out there and people call 911 or they keep stopping?
I saw a bunch of that. You got it hanging like this, and someone's hanging with the lights half down, and the ladders
Yeah.
leaned up. Yeah, and it's just it's just a bunch of clothing. Yeah, I've seen
Yep.
those too. So yeah, be careful. You don't want to fall. The fall doesn't bother you at all. It's the sudden stop that'll hurt. So just be careful of that. And then the grounded plug. This is what you want to be using here. See, you got your polarized plug and then the ground.
I mean, you don't just break those off when it doesn't fit?
No, you don't. You don't break this ground off.
Because all the old houses only got 2 slots. There's only 2 holes for electricity.
Well, you want the ground on there also. You want to make sure you're using grounded plugs. And give me the next picture. because I believe you don't want to be using these. Yeah, see how that's just got 2 prongs? This is an interior lamp cord, but you go to people's homes and you'll see these outside all the time because they're green, which makes
And
them
you can't
for
see 'em
Christmas.
in the bushes.
And you can't see them in the bushes, and so they're supposed to be used for Christmas lights, but not outside. So if you have these, please don't use them outside. Next up.
Right.
You do want to plug everything into one of these. This is where you were going before, Rich, right?
Yes.
You want to make sure that you've got them
You had all your photos numbered, but you didn't have descriptions.
No.
So, yes, a GFCI.
Correct.
Very important.
Right. So that way, if there's ever a short, if there's ever a problem in any of your electrical lighting, this will trip, and then no one will get shocked. And if the dog goes out there and starts peeing on the extension cords, you don't need to worry about it. He'll be fine.
Yeah, and it's great freaking circuit input, right?
Yes.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh, is that what GFCI stands for?
Yes. That's exactly what it's for.
My teacher had that all messed up.
So then we also have strip plugs too, I think, right? Some way. Oh yeah. See, now you have these. Remember these guys? A few years ago, they sponsored us for a few years, and these are called what are they called? Twist
and seal.
Twist and seal. Yeah. So this is their Twist and Seal Mini. So you can put that splice where you're plugging the 2 extension cords together. They go in there, they get sealed up tight. And now this is their dome version. And this one you can actually get.
Big one.
Yeah, but you can put a strip plug in this baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now you got everything coming in here. All the cords come in. It sits in there. It's safe. You don't have to worry about someone stepping on it or anything like that. This will cover it. You got snow, rain, keeps everything nice and dry inside, and keeps everything nicely organized. So.
But it still should be plugged into a GFI.
Oh yeah, no. Now this goes off to a GFI that's plugged in somewhere.
Right. No, that's what I'm saying though. So just because you have wet protection on your connections doesn't mean you skip the first step.
Correct. So yeah, everything outside should be plugged into the GFI first, and then you can go to these kinds of things. And then you have the other issue, which was the next one. You can always do these also. Just take a piece of Tupperware, you cut the holes in it, put your plugs through there, and put the lid on. You'll be fine. It'll help protect it. So you can do the homemade ones. You don't need to go buy one. So
They didn't tie that one into a knot.
no, you don't tie your cords in a knot. Jeez.
They're gonna come
Go
out.
look at,
No, that's
They're
how
gonna come out.
go
right?
look at my
That's-
lights then.
when you tie
every
them and
single
like
one
that,
of 'em.
then that's how the ends break off. That's how you start getting frays. You shouldn't do that. Please don't tie your cords
Well,
together.
I did it on my lights because they're all daisy chain.
Uh-huh.
So where the plugs into that.
Right.
Just did a nice. Actually, I didn't really tie them. Now that I think about it, I used ties.
Zip ties. If you zip tie them together, that's fine. Yeah,
I did.
there you go.
Now that I think about it,
So, and now you got these fancy timers too, but like this is
that's
sitting
a
outside.
nice one.
See, look at that. You program it all in. It's got all the plugs. You can do everything.
Wait, has that got zones too? Is that why it's got 6 buttons?
I don't know. It all comes on different times, so you can program the whole thing.
Where'd
These
you
are
lift that picture from? Have you had Robbie reach out to them yet for samples?
No, I have not. So the thing with
Get
this
Robbie on
though,
that.
yeah, this should still, like you see that green cord running down there, that should be going off
Yeah.
to the GFI and making sure it's done. But that way you can have a timer like this. This is a pretty fancy one. The next picture I think is a little bit better. Just a basic one like this works. You can plug that into the GFI, then you can have your cords coming out here. You're off and running, and you
That's
just
what I have.
yeah, you just
analog.
change those things around there, and it goes on and off. You're done. And these are a lot
Now
less expensive.
Now that I have my Lutron control, I'm going to change the outdoor outlet to a Lutron outlet. Then I can control my lights with my phone.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, you could do
Or
that
set
too.
them for dusk to dawn.
Right. Yep, exactly. And what I like about these are easier to read. There's no buttons to push and timing through what days and all that stuff. This, that's off, that's on, you're done. It's simple. You set the time right there by turning the dial counterclockwise. There's not a lot to it. You don't need
Not
to
a
be a
real
digital.
technological guy, are you? You're just kind of really not liking where we're heading.
No. Go back to the other one there, Sonar. I mean, look at all the freaking buttons and a little screen. You got to read that. Trying to read that.
Yeah, but think about it. You want to read that screen, you got to lay in the snow to read it.
Right. Forget that. Forget that. Give me the other one, Sonar. Give me the other one. Look at that. Easy. Boom, done.
That's a spring and
Yeah.
and a sweep bar. Like,
That's
it.
There's nothing else to it. All right, what do we got next? I think we're done. Oh, no.
InUse cover.
Yeah, this is an in-use cover, correct. Now, this one is a big bulbous thing that you can plug it in there and the door swings over it, and that's your GFI inside there. So,
And we have to use those, and we get so many complaints from homeowners.
right, we do
They
too.
are ugly.
Yeah, so now that's why I put this one in, because now this is
Scandals.
the in-use cover, and it expands. So when it's not in use, it's flat against the wall, and it's much better. Looks a lot better. So then, if you do have to plug a cord in, it still goes in there. It still stays watertight, and then that inner cover pops out, and it still stays watertight.
But those cost more.
Yes, they do. But people like them, and they're worth it. You're just having that big bubble sitting on there.
Yeah.
Right. No, that's what I'm using on the houses currently. We switched from the previous to these.
Yep.
Yeah, or knocking your shins when you're
Right.
when you're trying to get somebody around somebody at a barbecue.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. So there you go. We got. We talked about a bunch of different Christmas lights. See, there's Griswold
There's Mr.
right there.
Griswold right there.
Yep. He's
right.
plugging his stuff in, and then what happens? Well, next one. There we go. Now he's getting a suntan.
Okay, so that brings me to my trivia question.
Oh yeah. Okay. Rich's trivia question.
So to win that digital angle finder,
Yeah. Easy for you to say.
be the first person to send me an email with the correct answer. When Griswold there was playing with his lights, he only got them to work once, but they were off. And then the wife flipped the switch on, and all the lights came on. So it was determined that he had them plugged into what type of outlet. That's simple. What type of outlet did he have them plugged into? That he was struggling with getting his lights to stay on.
Right. Okay. Rich at mightyhouse.net. First answer wins.
Yeah.
And
which would be
we'll see.
day after Thanksgiving, probably.
Yeah. There you go. So, you think it'll go that fast? People will be sitting around. They'll be sitting there with their turkey, like, and they're just going to be sitting watching our videos. Is that what it is?
This will
Waiting
be
for
out
the
on
next Mighty
Friday.
House to
No,
drop.
All right. Well, cool. Well, hopefully you put all your Christmas lights up safely, and we've given you some good direction on how to get that done. And if you got any questions, you can always email Rich right here, Rich at mightyhouse.net. He loves answering questions, by the way, so send it to him. Just go ahead and send them out all the time, any time of night, day, doesn't matter. He's there.
it
He's
doesn't
ready to
because I only
answer.
check it once a day. Which, when I say the first person to email me, it'll be time stamped and date coded. So
Right.
I'm pretty sure that's what's going to determine it.
Not the first one I read.
Right, not the first one I read, because I'll be way too far behind at that point.
All right, there we go. Have a safe holiday, and with that, we'll see you again next week. But until then, keep it square and level.
Till next time.
Until next time. So, located on Milwaukee Avenue, the Niles Design District is a home improvement destination for consumers, designers, and contractors. For those looking to renovate a kitchen or a bathroom, expand with a new addition, or enhance their curb appeal, Niles Design District in Niles, Illinois offers everything in one convenient location.
It's your road to a better home.